Sun's right behind here.
How's that?
That's even better. Say something intelligent.
Well, good morning. Have a great breakfast. It'll be awesome. Thank you for coming, and come again next year.
Hey, that's...
Well, we started 31 years ago. They didn't have too much to do with the eggs. Nobody really had their set job. And gradually, we used to raise chickens, so we got into the egg business, and some of the other ones got into the pancakes. And they kind of get going that way, and our children are still in it. They still help with the eggs. We do almost one pan by ourselves each year. We missed 1 year so far out of the 31 that we didn't help. We had our graduation to go to a lot of college, and pretty well a family thing, the eggs. We use this warmer over here to warm it up so that when we dump the cold eggs in the pan, otherwise it would cool everything down and it takes longer. So we warm the eggs, we put it in there. The ham goes in, 5 pounds of ham in there, 5 pounds of cheese goes in there when it's just about set. And it's got to have a pretty good consistency before we'll let it go out there. We don't want to eat. I wouldn't send anything out there that we don't want to eat ourselves.
That's exactly it. And it looks like they have some pretty big pans over here that they're making those eggs in.
Yes, we had those specially made for us down in, I think it was down in Sheboygan Foundry made those about 25 years ago. So they made them just for us. We got 2 of them, and they're cast and they're really heavy.
I was going to say, they look quite heavy, and it looks like they got like gigantic paint scrapers that they use to keep moving the eggs around in the pan.
Yes. We tried the first couple of years, we tried to use dustpans, but the plastic dustpans started to melt, so they didn't work anymore. So then we went to shorthand paint scrapers, and well, you get your fingers a little bit hot down in the bottom, so then we went long-handled ones, and they seem to work real good.
And how many people do you have on the pan to keep everything going here?
Well, 5 is about ideal. That way nobody scrambles the same. So you keep rotating around the pan, and everybody, sooner or later you get around the pan once, and you keep everything keeps smooth that way. 5 is ideal. Sometimes you don't have 5, you have to go with 3, then you have to move a little faster.
Something up with me. How's about cooking something up with me? There's some Hank Williams.
Welcome to the 31st Annual Sevastopol FFA Alumni Dairy Breakfast. We are at the Cherryland Dairy, or Henschel's, Mike and Jamie Henschel's farm. This is the 31st year for the breakfast, and it is July 1st, 2012.
He's got lots of pictures.
We are here with Mike Henschel, one of the co-owners of the Cherryland Dairy Farm that's hosting the 31st Annual Dairy Breakfast. And Mike, can you tell me a little bit about your operation?
Well, it started back in 1902 at great-grandpa homesteaded the place here and started it. And then he turned it over to his son, my grandpa, Ray and Catherine Henschel. And they ran it till they retired, and then my mom and dad, Roger and Helen Henschel, took the farm over, and now it's Jamie and I are running it, so we're the 4th generation keeping it going, and hopefully one of my 3 boys keep it going for another
generation and things. I know when did you and Mike and Jamie officially take over the farm?
In 2000, me and Jamie took the farm over from mom and dad. So.
And I know there's some things that you have added since you've been involved with the Sevastopol FFA alumni and the FFA. What part of the operations have you started, like with your father, and built for the whole Cherryland Dairy?
Back in high school, I started the maple syrup setup in '85, and then later in '85, me and Dad started up the sawmill. So it was the big thing we put on, and I went more into farrowing or finishing the hogs Dad always had pigs, but he only raised them up to 40 pounds and shipped them as 40-pounders. He kept a few for meat, and I quit shipping 40-pounders, and we feed everything out now.
So you feed out the hogs. You also have a steer operation as well?
Yeah, we feed out about 75 steers a year. We keep all our bull calves, and then we buy bull calves from neighboring farmers for the rest of them.
And also, tell me a little bit about the sawmill. Is it just something you do just for the family, or do you do cutting for other people? Or tell us a little bit about the mill operation as well.
The sawmill was just when we started in '85. Me and Dad is a hobby just for cutting our own wood, but then it kept growing. People wanting 2x4s, and now Jamie's up to sawing 200,000 board feet a year. So it's we do custom sawing, custom planing, custom kiln drying. So just about anything you need for your house in wood, we can supply for you.
So you got quite the operation here. You got the dairy farm. You've got a little cherry orchard as well. You've got the farrow to finish hogs, the beef cattle, the maple syrup, and the sawmill. Am I missing anything else besides the row crop?
Honeybees.
Oh, I missed that part of it. I didn't realize that. How long?
You can go down by the hives, get stoned if you want.
I'll pass on that, Mike. Thank you very much. Why do you do the honeybees?
The couple, when me and Jamie got married, and a farmer up the road here always had bees, and when me and Jamie bought the farm from him, Kermit says all the bees go with the farm. So that's how we got stuck with the honeybees, and then we got so busy here, my middle boy, Brian, and Jamie's brother, Wade, take the bees. They run the bees now because we just don't have no time to take care of them, so that's their project.
Well, that sounds like an interesting thing. And you said you had your 3 sons. Are any of them showing interest in coming and being part of the farm?
Yeah, the oldest boy, Mark, he's 19. He's helping us full-time on the farm here, so they all have interest. So Brian's going more into the sawmill area. That he likes that field a little better. So, and Kevin, the youngest one, he's sure he's on a farm, but at 13, it's hard to tell what he's going to do yet. So
yeah, that's very true. And now this isn't the first time that the Cherryland Dairy has hosted the dairy breakfast, is it?
No, 11 years ago we hosted the dairy breakfast.
And why did you and Jamie decide to do this again this year? And what are the benefits that you see?
Well, we got conned into it. No, they said it was 11 years since we had it, so it was our turn to do it again, and. It's good to show the city people where their food comes from and all the stuff and the buildings involved and the equipment involved and getting the product to their grocery stores. So.
Yeah.
We were sitting up there on your mama's roof, talking about everything under the moon, with the smell of honeysuckle and your perfume. And all I could think about was my next move. Oh, but you were so shy, so was I. Maybe that's why you're so hard to believe. You smile and say to me, you're gonna kiss me all night. You're gonna do this so well. If you know I like you a lot, you're about to miss your shot. You're gonna kiss me all night.
Where do you want to go next?
Your hands, my little chicks, all the way down on one knee. You smile and say to me, you're gonna kiss me all night. We gonna do this so wild. Think you know I love you, and I really think we got it right. You're gonna kiss me all night. So we planned it on the bed you from the wedding cake to your room, and your mama cried as you walked in the aisle. When the preacher man said, say I do, I did, you did too, and I lifted your hand, saw your pretty smile, I said, you gonna kiss me or not? We gonna do this so wild.
to Dairy Breakfast with Jamie Henschel, the other half of the host family. Jamie, can you tell us a little bit about your operation and being involved here at the Cherryland Dairy?
Operation is 50 dairy cows, and we run a farrow to finish hog operation. It includes a sawmill, cherry orchard, maple syrup, and honeybees.
You guys,
I'm out of breath, so.
You guys have a lot of things going on here at the farm. Mike just told us that you do most of the sawing at the sawmill, and that's kind of one of the big. I know you're involved with the whole operation, but that's one of your biggest parts here at the farm as well.
It started out to be after my father-in-law passed away. It just kind of fell in line that start running it. Somebody had to, and it grew ever since. So it's been busy.
Well, that's a fantastic thing to hear. With everything that you have going here at the farm, kind of supplements the whole income for the operation.
It does. It balances out, especially a year like this where the cherry orchard's failing this year due to the weather. You got to balance on something. So, yeah, it all goes hand in hand.
That's fantastic. And now, did you grow up on a farm, Jamie? I think that you're here from the neighborhood as well.
I grew up just across the road from the orchard, and my parents farmed a mile away.
And now, do you guys work back and forth together with your operations, helping each other with harvest and planting and those type of things as farm operations?
Yeah, we do. If it's rock picking or baling, that's the two main things where you need extra help. And especially putting a show on like this, plenty of help, painting, cleaning up, just getting ready for the event.
It's a lot of planning that goes into an event like this. How long have you been working? I know the last week, 2 weeks, you've really been working hard to get everything ready. But when you're planning an event like this and you know you're hosting it, when do you really start getting things ready?
Basically, today you say put the commitment down. You're touching up on certain things, planning on how you want things growing, planting, and closer to the event, you're busy getting the pens ready, the animals, and just final touch-ups.
Well, and that's fantastic. I know you and Mike are the fourth generation. Hopefully the fifth generation is coming up with your sons and things. Would you like to see them go into farming and be part of the operation? Any words of advice to young people wanting to get involved in agriculture?
Find someone that's well established. That's the easiest way to just go out on your own. It's tough, to buy all the equipment, but if you can kind of just wean into the process, it's a lot easier. Diversification helps too.
That's a very important thing, and I think that we have a prime example of that here today at your operation and stuff, the diversification that you have. Why would you invite people to come out to a dairy breakfast? I know this is the second time you guys are hosting the dairy breakfast. What are the positives that you see for the community for the dairy breakfast?
Just the knowledge of it, seeing where the products come from, seeing what work we do every day, that's the key. And just letting the young people know that there is options out there for agriculture.
That's fantastic. Jamie, thank you for coming and talking to us today. We appreciate it, and thank you for hosting the dairy breakfast.
I blame the vein for what we wear, and I blame the blind. We can't see. I blame it all on someone else.
Right, Woody?
Till there's nobody left. Just blame me.
I'm going to walk around. And what was your favorite animal this morning?
The cow.
A cow? Did you pet the cow?
Yeah.
Do you want to take one home with you today?
I farm in the southern part of Door County. I run about 750 acres of land, and I got some beef cattle.
And why do you come and help with the dairy breakfast?
I come to support FFA, which I helped support my whole life.
Why would you encourage people to come to the dairy breakfast?
The good food, and to see the farmers on what they do and their machinery.
Anything that you want, it always ain't the same. Till everything that you've been blaming is wrong. Oh, but don't you know the blame? It's always never enough.
Are buried in the front of the I'm Lisa Miller. Lisa, you are part of the FFA alumni from Sevastopol?
Yes, I am.
And how have you become involved, or why are you involved with the group?
Became involved years ago when the dairy breakfast was at our farm way back when I was still in high school. So we just have grown up doing the dairy breakfast, helping out now. If you checked around, you'll probably see 6 of my brothers and sisters and nieces and nephews galore all around.
Fantastic. And what is the benefit of the dairy breakfast? What are the positive things you see about it?
Well, the dairy breakfast, the proceeds from the breakfast help support the alumni scholarships that we give to the FFA students.
And is that just to encourage them to continue their education in agriculture?
Yes. And it doesn't have to be in agriculture either. It just helps them pay for their education after high school.
Okay, and what are you doing here at this part of the dairy breakfast?
We are selling t-shirts. And we also have...
Sarah Miller.
And Sarah, how and why are you involved with the dairy breakfast?
Well, my family's very involved with it at the Sevastopol FFA alumni, and then I served as the Southern Door FFA president for the past year and have been involved with it through Southern Door and Sevastopol.
So actually, the Sevastopol FFA alumni sponsors this event, but both FFA chapters in the county participate?
Yes, the Southern Door crew comes up and helps them clean up, kind of the, perk you up crew after a long day of work for the Sevastopol kids.
That sounds like a great plan. What are your plans for the future, and why has FFA helped you?
In the fall, I will be attending UW-Platteville to pursue a degree in music education, and FFA has taught me so many life skills, such as interview skills, people skills, and just skills that I can adapt and transfer over to my career in music. So
that's fantastic. And FFA itself, that's all helped you prepare yourself for the future?
Absolutely. I would not be who I am today without the help and qualities of leadership that FFA has provided me.
And Brooke, what are you doing and helping out here at the dairy breakfast?
I'm helping out with the animals.
And what animals are you helping out with today? Which pen are you in here?
It has bunnies and pigs.
And are you helping show them to the people?
Yes.
And I know you've been coming to the dairy breakfast since you were a little girl. What is your favorite part?
I think the animals, because lots of people like them, and lots of people enjoy them, and it's fun to see how happy they get.
That's a great thing. And do you encourage people to come do this and see all the animals?
Yes.
And do you have a favorite animal?
I like the bunnies.
Are you going to ask your mom to take one home?
Yeah.
And is she going to say yes?
Probably not.
Hi, can you give me your name, please?
Riley Sterner.
Riley, who do you have here with you?
This is my miniature horse, Duchess.
And how old is Duchess?
She's about 15 years old.
And how long have you had her?
My parents have had her since I was about 8.
Okay, and can you tell us some unique things about her?
She's broke for the cart, and that's pretty much all we do with her, or she's just one of our many pets at our farm.
That sounds good. And why do you have her here at the dairy breakfast?
Because people like miniature horses, and we're invited pretty much every year here.
And do people enjoy coming and petting her and just seeing what the animals are about?
I'm guessing so, because they keep coming around.
I got your buddy over by my house.
I'm walking in the rain, just a falling and I feel the pain. Wishing you were here by me, doing this misery.
And what's your name?
Isaiah LaGrave.
Isaiah, what do you like about the bunnies?
That they're small, they don't take much feed, and they're just fun to have.
And they're nice and soft and like to be played with, huh?
Yeah, it just depends what kind of breed they are.
Do you know what kind this one is?
Probably Mini Rex.
Ah, that's a very pretty rabbit. Ah. Right there, they're just moving them to the shade. Yeah, they're probably going to come right. So we got some new little ducklings that are about 2 weeks old that were hatched here on the Henschel farm, out for display for everyone to see today. As Elise is handing out rabbits and kittens and things for people to hold and pet and get to know the animals here at the dairy breakfast. And what is your favorite thing about the breakfast?
Just everybody's so happy, and it's just really fun.
Well, thank you for talking to us today, and I will let you go back to work.
Okay, thank you.
I'm walking in the rain, tears are falling and I feel the pain. Wishing you were here by me to end this misery, and I wonder, why she ran away, and I wonder where she will stay.
I'm Graham Gelhar.
Errol Gelhar.
And we have hiding in the corner over here.
Trevor Gelhar.
And how long have you guys been coming to the dairy breakfast in Door County in general?
Oh, probably for 31 years or more.
And so have you come to the dairy breakfast a lot, or is this your first year?
Oh, this is probably about our 28th.
And why do you come to the dairy breakfast?
To eat.
Well, besides that?
It's more for the children and for the FFA students that need a sponsorship for college, and it goes for them. That's what it's really all about.
So it's a good support for the whole organization.
Absolutely.
And you have several generations here. Have you come out this morning?
Just because we've done it in the past, and it really is a good time to come out and see the farm, and she hasn't experienced it lately, so here we are.
Well, that's fantastic. And are you going to go out and see the animals? A little bit too young maybe to get out and play with them. Or are you going to take her down to see the animals?
Absolutely. Go see a cow.
You're going to see the cows and the bunnies?
And some bunnies.
Well, it's fantastic to see this as a family event. And will you continue to come?
Absolutely. Every year.
I'm Shirley Geisel.
I'm Bernie Geisel.
And why are you here at the dairy breakfast this morning?
Well, it's our daughter's place, and we're here to support it.
And what are the positive things that you see about the dairy breakfast? What does it do for the community?
It shows the person that's not farm-oriented just what the farmer goes through to provide food for the table.
So you think it's a very good benefit, not only for the agriculture community, but also for the visitors to Door County to see what a farm really does?
Definitely, and they really enjoy seeing that.
And you're no strangers to hosting the dairy breakfast either, correct?
That's correct. We've hosted it 2 years ago, and that was our third time.
And this is, my understanding, this is Mike and Jamie. They are the fourth generation on this dairy farm?
They are the fourth, going to the fifth.
Yep, that's fantastic. And about your farm, what about your operation a little bit?
Well, Bernie?
Well, we got quite similar to this one. Milk about the same number of cattle and run about the same number of acres, and yeah, and we're good neighbors. We're actually line fence neighbors some places.
That's why I was going to say you're just neighbors. And how many generations are on your farm?
Well, let's see, 1, 2, 3, before.
Before generations with Wade, your son, I take it.
Right.
Dan Bloor.
And Dan, what is your job here with the dairy breakfast?
My wife and I are in charge of it, so we do everything to get it organized.
And can you give me a little history about the dairy breakfast?
It started 31 years ago at the Fail Farm on Highway 42, and there they just put a sign out on the road on Sunday morning, breakfast on the farm, and they served 400 people.
Well, that's fantastic. On an average in the last few years, what do you say, how many people would you serve?
It's between 4,000 and 4,400.
So it's a really good crew that comes out for the dairy breakfast. Now, who is all involved with helping put this on? I know the FFA alumni from Sevastopol is, but are there other groups involved?
Yes, we have the Relay for Life people from Southern Door. They come and help. We have the Southern Door FFA comes and does the cleanup for us, which is a big help.
That is a huge help. We were actually talking to Sarah Miller, your granddaughter, earlier, and she said it was like getting a group of fresh legs to come in to help clean up.
That's what it is, because at 12 o'clock, we've been here since 4:30. We get pretty tired.
Yeah, and I can understand that. And I know there's a lot of generations of your family involved and a number of other families involved here at the dairy breakfast. What do you think this has given back to the community, and what do the proceeds go to that you raise here?
Well, most of the proceeds end up as scholarships for our FFA students. And also we help our ag teacher, Dale Carlson, with supplies for his classroom. And over the years, we've given out over $150,000 in scholarships for the students at Sevastopol.
That is fantastic to hear and to see all the generations here. And if you had one thing that would sum up the dairy breakfast. What would you say about it?
It's a lot of fun.
The dairy breakfast at your farm as well. What do you see? What are the positive things about the dairy breakfast being hosted here in Door County?
Boy, it's a good, like everyone said, it's a good opportunity for a lot of people that don't have access to farms. I mean, we're on a farm every day, and a lot of people don't have access to seeing farm animals and seeing how milk is made and beef. And so, no, it's just a good way to get people together to educate them, about what farmers do.
That's a fantastic thing for the community. Good. Are you got your FFA project going for the summer? Yeah. And what are you doing this year?
Sheep.
And when are you going to be showing them?
At the fair Friday night.
Fantastic. Are you going to be competing against your sister again?
Yeah. Hopefully I win again.
We'll see you at the fair then.
All right. Sounds good.
Any of the cars today, but just a nice display of Model Ts here at the dairy breakfast for people to come out and see. And Max, what do you like about the antiques cars on display here?
Well, they're so old school in the curves and how they're just so awesome and old.
I was just saying what time.
I am helping to have a scholarship for college.
And Mark, you graduated from Sevastopol?
Correct.
And were you involved with the FFA there, and are you a member of the alumni?
I am not a member of the alumni yet, but I plan to be, and I was very involved with the FFA.
And what are your plans with college and your scholarship that you're going to be using?
I am currently attending NWTC Diesel Mechanics program. I completed 1 year, and I need a scholarship to help me complete my second year.
Well, that's fantastic. I know you got a lot going on this morning. I don't want to keep you from your work, but why would you tell people they should come out and enjoy the dairy breakfast?
Because it is an amazing meal.
This is Denise Plasmar. We're wrapping up the 31st Annual Dairy Breakfast. We want to thank Mike and Jamie Henschel and their sons, Mike, Brian, and Kevin here at Cherryland Dairy for hosting us. We hope everybody who came out today had a wonderful time with all the animals, had an awesome breakfast, and we will see you next year, the first Sunday in July, for the 32nd Annual Door County Dairy Breakfast.